Hi, I'm Austin.
I'm Alex,
You're listening to One Last Breath, an autopsy of awful albums.
where we discuss controversial, bizarre, divisive, and downright abysmal albums.
Today's episode, we'll be covering the 8th studio album by the pop-punk legends of Blink-182, California.
I'm fucking ready for this one.
Oh my god. California was the band's first release to not include founding member Tom DeLongcock after he left the group. To be replaced by Matt Skibidi Toilet.
Skibidi
from
Boop.
Alkaline Trio.
What? Wait. Okay, what the fuck is that? I don't understand that meme. Because I know they've been doing the Scatman thing, and then people are like, "Oh my god, it's a Skibidi Toilet reference." I'm like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
So it's like a Gary's Mod. Do you remember when Gary's Mod memes were big? They're
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
They're back in fucking Pog form.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't watched Skibidi Toilet, but it's apparently just like the fucking, I think it's the scout from Team Fortress. It's like his head in a toilet singing the Scat Man.
Okay. Huh.
I haven't watched it. It sounds fucking stupid and something that I would want to watch while really high.
Yeah, because it literally would just have that part of the Scatman song, whatever the fuck it's called, like highlighted, and people are like, "Oh my god, Skibidi Toilet!" I'm like, "What the fuck does this mean?" Matt Skibidi Bebop.
But Matt Skiba of Alkaline Trio leaving the whole era of the band that left fans' perceptions split.
It was pretty split.
Split in twain.
Not the
His
Mark
wife.
kind.
Torn to shreds, you say. Starting all the way back at the beginning. Blink was found. I'm not going to say the fucking numbers every time.
You have to,
The
bro.
word Blink.
You're ruining the canon.
Blink 18.2. Oh yeah, Blink's a different band. We should talk about that band instead.
Oh god,
Have you listened to Blink?
I have not.
Neither have I. We should.
We should, I think. Well, we'll get into it. I mean, obviously, it's brought up in the script.
Yeah, but like that's the thing that people know about.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll talk about it when we get there. Found it all the way back in '92 in northern San Diego suburb of Poway, California. Guitarist and vocalist.
Vocalist.
I didn't mean to do that.
You did.
No, that was an accident.
You also said suburb weird. You were like suburb.
I just said Poway.
Poe.
Guitarist and vocalist Tom DeLonge performed at the Battle of the Bands competition in Rancho Bernardo High School, where he was introduced to drummer Scott Rayner. What the fuck is that? So
Not Travis.
Carrie Key, who introduced Tom and Scott to his girlfriend Ann's brother, bassist and vocalist Mark Hoppus. That's a real guy. That's a real guy.
That's a real guy. He's confirmed real guy.
Confirmed real guy. Hoppus and DeLonge clicked instantly over their love of punk band The Descendants. In the early days, they used a few different short-lived names such as Duct Tape and Figure 8 before settling on Blink. Hoppus actually left the band for a short time after his girlfriend at the time gave him the ultimatum of her the band. He quickly realized that she sucked and promptly rejoined. The band soon recorded their first EP, Fly Swatter, released in May of '93. They fucking recorded something without Travis?
Yeah, bro, you didn't know? Dude Ranch doesn't have Travis.
What?
The one that has Damn It.
No wonder the drums kind of suck.
Yeah, there's a very,
Wait,
very...
did they have First Date? Or First Date's sort of
No, First
Date's on a
Date's
different-
Take
okay.
Off Your Pants and Jacket. Enema of the State was the first one with Travis.
Okay.
But, yeah, then there's like a part of the Blink fandom that, like, full-heartedly, non-ironically believes that Scott is a better drummer than Travis. Yeah, I don't see...
I can think of very few drummers better than Travis.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, the Rev, the guy from Anthrax,
Neil Peart from Rush.
Neil Peart.
I would put Travis above the Rev if we're being completely
I don't think
100%
so.
honest.
I recently re-listened to a lot of old Avenged Sevenfold, and the band was fucking insane.
No, I mean I don't know. I mean I don't know. It's kind of hard to compare, especially between genres and shit.
You can't really get like.
I mean
they have
Travis
different
is
skill
definitely
sets.
the best punk drummer ever.
Yeah,
Probably the only one that has any holds a candle is Brooks Wackerman.
Yeah,
because he's
Wackerman's really good.
yeah. But other than that, I mean,
other drummers that like. Ringo is technically better.
then
Just because he's like the perfect metronome.
no, yeah,
Like skill wise, it's like Travis is better
yeah.
than him skill wise, but like as in the realm of drumming, the greatest thing you can be is on time 100% of the time, and that's Ringo Starr.
True. Even if his kit only had like 5 pieces.
So they soon began playing shows almost every weekend, gaining a small following. At the time, Hoppus was working at a record store, and his manager funded studio time for Blink to record another demo at local studio Double Time. The result was Buddha, released in January '94, which the band considers their first album. I haven't listened to Buddha. I've heard some songs off of it.
Yeah, every song except for like one or two was re-recorded for Cheshire Cat, which is their technical debut album.
Yeah.
And I think one song was re-recorded for Dude Ranch. So it's basically
it's kind of like Fall of Troy self-titled versus Doppelganger.
kinda, except this is more. I don't really know why they consider it their first album, because I mean it's a demo. It's good for what it is, but like every song is better on Cheshire Cat re-recorded. So
Yeah. Just Cheshire Cat. Cheshire Cat still has Scott.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Fucking Scott Ian.
yeah. It was
Can you
him.
imagine Blink-182 with Scott Ian?
That would be insane for no reason. It'd be a lot of chugging.
Oh, this is off fucking topic, but I feel like I have to share it with the world. I finally realized what I would do if I had a time machine.
Okay.
I would go back in time to see the first show from the Collision Course tour.
That would be sick.
That's what I would do.
I would probably. That would be a good choice. I would also go to see a show at the Pop Disaster Tour, which was when Blink toured with Green Day and New Found Glory
That sounds pretty sick, but
in like 2000.
you can see all those bands still. I will never see Linkin Park again,
I mean, that's
and I
a.
will never pay to see Jay-Z because I don't think he's that good.
Yeah, pretty much.
But seeing them together would be insane.
I mean, that shit went fucking hard.
There's some buzz around Buddha gaining attention of local label Cargo Records. Blink signed to Cargo and soon hit the studio to record their official studio debut, Cheshire Cat, on February 17th of 95. Cheshire Cat is a landmark release in the skate punk scene. It grew the band to a bigger audience as singles M&M's and Wasting Time gained popularity on local airplay. Blink toured relentlessly for the album, venturing outside of California for the first time. Around this time, they were confronted by Irish band Blink for their name, prompting the band to choose random number 182 to add to the name as they didn't want to bother with a legal battle.
There was like a long rumor that fucking they chose 182 because that was the amount of the word fuck used in The Godfather, I think.
Yeah.
Or Scar. I think it was The
I
Godfather.
think it's Godfather.
Yeah, but that's not even accurate. I'm pretty sure it's like used less than that. Like in interviews, they're just like, it just sounded cool. Like it
does sound cool.
It just has a ring to it.
Blink 69.
Bro, I would not be surprised if they considered that for a bit. Blink 420, bro.
Bro.
So hilarious.
Blink 808 Heartbreak.
Blink 41, Sum 182.
Ooh.
Alternate
I
universe.
don't like that one. Blink 41, fine. Sum 182,
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
seems problematic somehow.
Sum 182.
A bidding war was soon started for the band between Interscope, MCA, and Epitaph. The band ultimately signed on MCA after they promised the band full artistic freedom.
Freedom.
Freedom. This move obviously caused a lot of their fans to accuse them of selling out. How the fuck do you... They've been a band for what, 3 years now?
92 to 90, yeah.
Like you're not fucking selling out if you sign a label.
Yeah.
Within 3 years.
Because fucking, I don't know, selling out stupid anyways.
Yeah, fucking selling out's not real.
I love punk, but punk fans can be fucking cringe.
It's not called selling out. It's called, I don't know, trying to make a living off your fucking art.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, he wants to be able to not fucking live in the van all year round.
Oh no,
touring.
my man wants more than toast? Fuck him.
Pretty much. That's pretty much the mindset. That mindset.
Oh, you don't want to drink shitty beer and sleep outside of dumpsters? Fuck you.
You fucking bitch.
Fucking loser. After more non-stop touring, Blink-182 hit the studio to record their major label debut, Dude Ranch, coming out on June 17th, 97. Dude Ranch is another seminal release. I don't like the word seminal.
You don't like it?
No, it's very
Cinnamon.
phallic.
I do not get that at all.
Seminal.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Um,
Seminal.
It was featuring catchy pop tunes filled with lyrics about the struggles of growing up, relationship problems, and enough dick and balls joke to satisfy your average middle school boy. It received little attention at the time from major outlets, but the attention Dude Ranch did receive was positive, and in retrospect has garnered critical praise. Although something slow at first, single Damn It was released to radio, climbing all the way to number 11 on the Billboard Rock Tracks, helping Dude Ranch climb to number 1 on the top Heat Seekers chart and as high as number 67 on the Billboard 200, being certified platinum by the end of the 90s. Dude Ranch's success was not without its struggles. For the recording of the album, both DeLonge and Hoppus were having vocal issues, and Rayner had injuries to both feet sustained after he drunkenly jumped off of a balcony at the band's label signing party.
Fuck it.
Fuck it, we ball.
I mean, that's what you do when you're a better drummer than Travis Barker. You jump off of balconies.
Honestly, that gives him some drumming cred.
That gives him some cred.
Listen, drummers are insane.
True.
Every single one of them, a little crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's real drumming cred. Then in '98, tension started building during exhaustive touring, and Rayner began drinking heavily, which caused him to get fired from the band that same year while on tour. He was replaced by Travis Barker of the Aquabats, with whom Blink were on tour with at the time. I didn't realize Travis Barker started in the Bats.
Yeah. I didn't know.
Is he still in the Aquabats?
No, I mean, I think Aquabats is one of those bands that kind of uses revolving members. It seems like. Yeah, I found.
Slipknot.
Yeah, I found that out that he was in there when I read his fucking autobiography, Travis Barker's autobiography. It's really interesting.
I'll have to read it.
Yeah, I have it if you ever want to borrow it.
I haven't read enough music autobiographies.
It's pretty cool, but yeah, whenever he said that, he was like, yeah, because he was in, random local bands and shit, but Aquabats was his first, like, big band, and I was like, I had to look up images. I was like, I cannot imagine Travis Barker wearing the fucking weird...
Are there images of him in the weird...
Yeah, in the jumpsuit, whatever the fuck.
Does he wear the hat?
I think all of them do.
Fuck. Yeah. That's what we're posting to social media for this album. The trio felt revitalized with Barker added in the mix and hit the studio in '99 to record what would become their breakthrough into the pop culture zeitgeist in Enema of the State, releasing on June 1st of '99. Hey, you were alive for this one.
You were alive for Dude Ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Blink albums on both of our birth years.
Except, like, yours was, like, less than a month later.
Yeah, about half a month later.
Enema of the State was a complete realization of everything the band was envisioning in their sound and image. Barker behind the kit added something special to the formula, even though he's a worse drummer than Scott. And his crafty and inventive drumming helped Blink-182 apart from their contemporaries. Helped set them apart from their contemporaries. Producer of the album, Jerry Finn, who had previously produced Green Day's breakthrough Dookie.
Haha, poo-poo caca.
I think it's really fun pronouncing these album titles like you're on the fucking NPR.
Oh yeah, like you're Larry King or something.
It's like Blink-180 or Green Day's album Dookie.
Dookie, Enema of the State.
Take off your pants and jacket. But Jerry Finn, who worked on Dookie, also brought this vision to fruition with his sleek and polished production. Upon release, Enema of the State received favorable reception. However, there were some who found it juvenile and far too removed from punk. It has many detractors in the punk scene who wrote it off as bubblegum pop junk. It has, however, gone on to be considered a game changer in the pop punk genre and an album that perfectly captured what it was like to be a teen in the 90s. In the late 90s. Mega hits All the Small Things, What's My Age Again, Adam's Song, as well as a cameo in the film American Pie propelled Blink to massive heights. It's weird how, like, being in a movie helps some bands, but then there are other bands where it does nothing for.
What are some examples?
Sugar Ray.
What movie were they in?
There is an entire movie with, I want to say Robin Williams in it.
What the fuck?
That's all about Robin Williams' son's girlfriend breaks up with him to follow Sugar Ray on tour.
What? Was this like after they released? No. It was before Fly and all that? This is
when they were still just a shitty metal band.
Who the fuck? Who did they have to pay to get that to happen?
The label paid it. Like, the label did it. It was a label trying to break a band out. It's really fucking weird because it did nothing for Sugar Ray. But then fucking Smash Mouth ends up in Shrek and the world masturbates for 20 years about it.
Yeah, or fucking Cannibal Corpse and Ace Ventura.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was all fucking
Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Jim Carrey was like, I like these guys.
Yeah, but I mean, that still helped, get them a pretty big following for death metal, at least.
Yeah, like, it's wild that sometimes it works, other times it does fucking nothing.
And, Green Day being in the Simpsons movie, I mean, they weren't shit before that, bro.
What, 06?
Oh, yeah, something like that.
Speaking of The Simpsons, and we're going to be off topic a lot. It's been a while since we've recorded. So we haven't hung out in a minute.
Yeah, we're just releasing our actual conversations.
Blink returned to the studio in 2001 off the height of their success of the record
Off the high of their success.
To record. Okay. Like, on the high of their successful record. We haven't even talked about that yet. But they recorded Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, released June 12 of 01. Toy Podge retained the slick pop punk rhythm of the state, but added elements of post-hardcore, inspired by the likes of Fugazi, The Refused, or Fugazi and The Refused. I thought it was more, and I was like, what the fuck band is Hoppus? Hoppus and DeLonge started to be in contention with one another at this point.
Instead of Hall & Oates, Hoppus and DeLonge. My favorite 80s pop band, Hoppus and DeLonge.
Build me up. Fuck or nut.
I want to see that happen now.
They started to be in contention with one another at this point, constantly trying to one-up each other with the songwriting. Hoppus was wanting to try to repeat the sound of Enema, while DeLonge was wanting to go heavier, leading to the compromise of both styles on Toy Podge. Toy Podge received mixed to positive reception upon release, with some seeing it as a progression for the band. Singles First Date and The Rock Show helped Toy Podge become the first pop-punk album to debut at number 1 on the Billboard.
And funny thing about First Date and The Rock Show, apparently the label executive or whoever the fuck, they heard all of Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, and they were like, there's no single here, like, what are we going to put on the radio? So Mark wrote The Rock Show and Tom wrote First Date, like, both in like 10 minutes each, and we're like, here you go, here's your fucking single. And then lo and behold, they're like two.
But now we have to figure out which one's better
between those two.
I think it's Rock Show.
I don't know, that's hard. They're both classics.
I really like the riff of First Date.
Yeah, I will say I like both of those. I like The Rock Show and First Date more than I like All the Small Things and What's My Age Again. Like, if we're going the two big singles off those two albums.
I don't know What's My Age. I think What's My Age Again.
All the Small Things
is their best single.
It's
not their best. Like, their best song is probably like Carousel.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a deep cut, kind of.
There's not really any Blink deep cuts.
I mean, yeah,
like until you get to like California and the stuff they've put out recently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which we'll go on later because I mean I'm a massive Blink fan, so we'll get into that later. But I don't know. I mean, All the Small Things are just overplayed, so I'm like, I don't need to ever hear that song again.
Well, yeah, like so was Nickelback, and like Nickelback's still good.
I mean, yeah, but
I don't. But yeah, like All the Small Things is like one of their weaker songs.
Yeah, I think I would pick First Date over The Rock Show. But that's really hard.
I just think First Date it's good. I think it's too formulaic, which we'll get to is a problem I have with a lot of Blink.
Okay.
Actually. What's really good is really good. Like Carousel. Basically anything that's like bass fronted is incredible. It's Mark that does bass. He's a really good bassist. Yeah,
I feel like people act like Tom and Mark both suck at instruments, and Travis is the only musician in the band.
No, they're all really... I'm the same with Green Day. They're all really talented.
Yeah.
They've been doing this for 30 fucking years.
Yeah.
They better be good at it.
Exactly. Yeah, Mike Dirnt from Green Day is a very underrated bassist, I think.
Yeah, fucking...
I mean, dude, all of his, like, fucking... All of Green Day's... Well, I'll say everything pre-American Idiot... It kind of got lost on American Idiot, like him having really innovative bass lines. Like, you'll listen to older Green Day and you won't really hear it at first, but like once you really listen to the bass, it's like doing all different, like he's just fucking doing whatever.
Yeah, okay, like pop punk is a much deeper genre than people think it is.
Yeah.
Do you know how many pop punk songs have a synth in them that you've never noticed?
Yeah, Blink does it a lot. They have a lot of
has a synth.
Organs, synths, fucking bunch of crazy shit. Strings.
Saturday by Fall Out Boy has a synth in the chorus.
I've never noticed a synth in that.
You can't fucking notice it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's pop punk. They're bringing pop production to punk music, so yeah.
It's incredible. It's one of the best genres because of that.
Yeah, I fucking love pop punk. But yeah, go listen to old Green Day and just tune your ear into the bass, and like Mike Dirnt doesn't follow the guitar whatsoever for most of it. He's just fucking
that's punk.
Doing these groovy ass fucking bass lines. Yeah.
A lot of punk did that.
Yeah, exactly.
Between touring for this album, Travis started a rap rock group The Transplants with Tim Armstrong of Rancid to have an outlet for his love of hip-hop. Travis also joined Tom in starting Boxcar Racer, a side project that was created to satiate Tom's desire to make post-hardcore. Boxcar Racer? Pretty good.
Pretty good.
This caused even more of a rift between Mark and Tom, as Mark felt unsatisfied and cast away by his bandmates. I mean, Mark, just play post-hardcore, bro.
One thing you will learn about Mark is this man he lives and breathes pop punk, motherfucker. He like literally, like everything he does is fucking pop punk.
God, that just reminds me. Have you seen that video that's been going around recently of like an 11-year-old on stage with he's like 11 to 13. He's on stage with Blink, and they're, do you have any? We'll give you one more chance. Do you have any last words? And he just goes, "Fuck you," and he just like. I think it's Tom just goes, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa."
No, I haven't seen that.
God, I'll have to send it. It's so... He just, like, says whoa, like, 7 times.
No cursing. What the fuck, bro? No cursing.
He's like, that was awesome! The man... I think it was Mark, because that man does live pop punk.
Yeah.
Mark the one with the funny voice? Or is that Tom? Tom has the funny
Tom's the
voice.
one with the high pitch voice, yeah.
Hello there.
Yeah.
Okay. Then these new musical explorations and rising tensions paved the way for Blink's next album, Blink-182, on November 18th, 2003. The self-titled effort saw the band dabbling in elements of post-hardcore, new wave, alt-rock, and emo, with deeper and more personal lyrics than the band had ever tackled until this point. The musical and lyrical maturity was met with acclaim from critics, with many claiming it the band's best work. It did, however, divide fans at the time, although nowadays it's a pretty common sight to see old Blink fans cite as their favorite of the band's catalog. What the fuck is on the self-titled?
Feeling This, I Miss You, Obvious, Stockholm Syndrome is probably my favorite from there. Violence, go. That's like an album. I mean,
It's got anesthesia on it.
Asthenia.
Asthenia.
Yeah, that's actually probably my least favorite song from that album.
Even
even though it's good.
I like that song. I mean, yeah.
It has a song with
that's a
Robert
good
Smith.
fucking
All of
song.
this.
Robert Smith, what?
Yeah, Robert Smith is on a song
I
on
don't
there.
listen to enough fucking Blink.
Blink is fucking good, bro. Like,
I would just, like, when I want to listen to Blink, I would just rather listen to Bowling for Soup.
really?
Yeah, I really like I'd rather listen to Bowling for Soup or Reliant K or Switchfoot.
I mean, I like all those bands, but I don't know. Blink is probably, I don't know. For me, them and Green Day are like,
I was about to ask
The Mount-
Green Day or Blink.
I don't know. We'll get into that later.
It's like asking a depressed dude to choose between the Mountain Goats and Mount Erie.
It can't be done.
Let's see. Where was I? At an all-time critical high, Blink-182 announced an indefinite hiatus in February of 2005. The hiatus was mainly brought on from Tom growing tired of the band's grueling recording and touring schedules, expressing a desire to spend more time with his family. What a pussy.
Bitch.
During the
Fuck
hiatus,
family,
Tom
bro.
founded alt-rock band Angels and Airwaves.
Kinda
Not
suck.
very good.
Yeah, they are.
And Mark and Travis founded pop-punk supergroup Plus 44.
Oh, man only knows pop punk.
Also not very good.
There's a few decent songs.
Better than Angels and Airwaves.
Yeah, there's a few decent.
But
Plus,
that's not saying much.
Angels and Airways has like 2 or 3 songs that I enjoy, but too pretentious for me.
God, yeah. And I'm pretentious.
Yeah, I just can't get behind it.
I listen to art rock. Travis also continued his foray into hip-hop, frequently collaborating and remixing rappers. Just a heads up to the listeners, my roommate just messaged me on Facebook to tell me A and A is fucking garbage. You heard
Well,
it here, folks. Angel and Airwaves.
the people have spoken.
Fucking garbage. In 2008, Travis was involved in a plane crash that claimed 4 victims, leaving him and collaborator Adam Goldstein, aka DJ Am. Is it DJ Am or DJ AM?
Either, I don't know.
Or is it Jam?
The Jam.
It's just Jam. He's a
Jam.
It's
Jam, yeah.
blended jelly.
Yeah, Jam.
Travis sustained severe injuries, including 2nd and 3rd degree burns, requiring 16 surgeries. This tragic event caused Blink-182 to reconvene and decide to continue forward with making music together. Wow, like the opposite of what happened to Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Yeah. Pretty
Not
much.
that Lynyrd Skynyrd had a choice.
Yeah.
Also, it's been 50 years. I can make that joke. It's been almost 60 years since that happened. Like, we can joke about it.
Yeah.
The band soon announced a reunion at the 2009 Grammys and soon embarked on a reunion tour in 2009. A reunion album, Neighborhoods, was marred by conflicting schedules and obligations both inside and outside of the band for all 3 members. This caused the recording process to be convoluted and prolonged, as most of the albums recorded separately by all 3 members. You can do that well.
Mm-hmm.
The Postal Service.
Mm.
Incredibly.
Yeah. I love Neighborhoods.
What's on Neighborhoods?
up on eye after you might not know anything from it. I don't know if you've dug that deep into their catalog.
Let's see.
My favorites are probably
Okay, Kaleidoscope.
Ghost on the Dance Floor and Wishing Well.
I've listened to a couple
Natives.
songs of this album.
It's really fucking good.
I only know because I hate the artwork.
Yeah, it's kind
I
of
really don't like it.
it's kind of mid. But I love Neighborhoods. I think it worked for them all recording differently.
Damn, I can't find. There's no. Oh, the fans won't get that anyways. There's no pattern in their album release, which we'll get to eventually. We had to we lost a lot of episodes.
Like 4.
Like 4 episodes. One was like a really long episode, and I found a pattern in a really well-known musician's album schedule.
Yeah, and we'll see if it's continue with their next album.
God, I hope it does. Neighborhoods was also self-produced, and the band definitely missed the guidance by producer Jerry Finn, who had produced their previous 3 albums, as he tragically passed away during the hiatus in 2008. The lengthy recording process from April 2009 all the way to July 2011 caused the album's release to be delayed all the way until September 27th, 2011. They could have released it 16 days earlier, and it would have been really funny.
10 years, yeah.
Day?
Yeah. Just yeah, guys.
Bro,
We're back.
I'm mad at the band 10 Years.
Why?
For not releasing an album on September 11th, 2011.
Were they a band? Yeah, they were a band at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, well-known Knoxville group, 10 Years.
There are a few well-known Knoxville. We're going to do an episode one day about well-known Knoxville groups.
2 bands.
There's 3. Brent Smith.
I mean, the band Shinedown didn't form in Knoxville.
Yeah, but Brent Smith is from here. Haley Williams claims this area. Like, we got a few people we can
thought
talk
she
about.
claimed, like, Franklin.
She claimed, I think she was originally from East Tennessee and moved to Franklin. Or maybe she was originally from Franklin and moved to East Tennessee. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I know that I'm like 4 degrees separation from her. Like, one of my buddies played with the band who used to play with her.
Interesting.
I went to school with her or something. Let's see. Neighborhoods was seen as a natural progression from the self-titled, as well as incorporating all the sounds the members had explored in their time apart from each other. It was met with mostly positive reception from critics and fans alike. Blink departed longtime label Interscope. When the fuck did they get on Interscope? They were on fucking AMC? Whatever the fuck that other one was earlier.
Oh, I think Interscope is a
subsidiary of MCA?
Yeah, I think. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
I don't know. They were on it. Who fucking knows?
In October of 2012, and soon independently released an EP on December 18th of that year titled Dogs Eating Dogs. Touring continued with there still being conflicts between members not fully resolved, and this period of the band was characterized as dysfunctional by all 3 members. With plans to begin writing an album in the beginning of 2015, DeLonge found himself struggling to commit to Blink and announced he'd indefinitely leave the band on December 31st, 2014. Mark and Travis, of course, decided to continue without him, recruiting Matt Skibibop of Alkaline Trio, good band, to take his place. First as a fill-in member for some shows, he soon became an official member and the band began to write new music. Blink joined the label BMG.
Big, meaty...
Grippy.
Grapefruit. Grippy, oh no. Mine was more wholesome.
Mediocre... Grumps. I don't fucking know. Started working on the first album without Tom, and started today's episode of California. It was released on July 1st, 2016, and produced by John Feldman of Goldfinger. The band... He really is a Superman. The band got to work in the studio for California, sparked by the addition of Matt Skiba and guidance of John Feldman, and according to Mark, they recorded nearly 50 songs.
Can you imagine? Yeah, what the fuck? It's like, that's a little excessive, bros.
Holy
I guess they were
shit.
feeling it. I'm
Feeling
feeling
it.
this, yeah.
Mark, Matt, and Travis were very optimistic of the process, saying it was a return to the classic Blink sound, and Travis called it the best material they had made in years. Some critics agreed, but the majority of fans really didn't agree. Many diehards could not fathom the band without Tom in the forefront and gave Matt the cold shoulder. Neil Z. Young. This dude's name is Neil Young.
I didn't even see that, but it's
This
spelled...
motherfucker's name is Neil Young?
but it's spelled EU instead of OU.
Yeah, but I mean, that's pronounced Young.
Yeah. I didn't even notice that.
Neil Young, famous Neil Young.
Famous Neil Young.
Neil Young of AllMusic gave the album a 4 out of 5 and dubbed it their best record in 15 years, calling it a return to form and an Maturation
I
of
think.
the band's classic pop-punk sound. It's not a desperate grasp at youth and faded glory, but rather a reflective look back and expert execution of what they do best.
I like how it's just like, it's their best record in 15 years. It's like, bro, Neighborhoods was the only other one in 15 years at that point.
Was it really?
Yeah, 2016.
2016? No.
Wait, no,
no
I'm wrong.
Self-titled and Take Off Your Pants and Jacket.
This man really said that.
This is better than self-titled.
Spoiler alert, I like California, but what the fuck, dog? You can't say that that's better than self-titled. What the fuck? That man, Neil Young on some shit.
I mean, you can say it's their best record since the EP Dogs Eating Dogs.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Listen to Dogs Eating Dogs, but like...
It's really good. It's really good.
Have they released anything bad with the like original lineup?
No, I don't think. Another
You don't
spoiler.
Think they've released anything bad?
No, that they're my least favorite album by them. I would still give like a 5.5 out of 10.
Okay. Gav Floyd of Rock Sound and John Dolan of Rolling Stone felt similarly, giving California a 9 out of 10 and a 3.5 out of 5 respectively, also hailing it as among the group's best work. Major criticisms were aimed at Feldman's production and input on the sound of the album. Mike DeMonte of the Houston Chronicle complained Feldman's style is all over the record as most tracks sound too formulaic, similar, and run together. Other tracks are way too commercial, even for a band the size of Blink. California is ultimately a step back rather than a throwback. Nina Corcoran of Consequence of Sound had similar sentiments, stating, "We're not cranking the Soulja Boy and the compression of the vocals. Feldman brings other songs with non-stop gimmicks, the piano interludes, the stiffened hand claps, the sappy title tracks."
I really thought she said that for a second. I was like, I had to look. I was like, cranking the Soulja Boy. The fuck is that? Fucking Corcoran sounds like a Dragon Ball Z character. Nina Corcoran.
You'll never kill me, Corcoran.
Corcoran.
Blink signed to Columbia Records, kept John Feldman on to produce, and went in a different direction for their next album, 9, released on September 20th, 2019. What?
You good?
Okay, so, sorry, it's a hard... Okay, so they signed to Columbia, they kept John Feldman on as a producer, and went in a different direction. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The way it's written, it sounded like two separate things, like, he kept on producing and they went a different direction.
Oh, okay, I get what you mean.
Okay. 9 released in September 20th of 2019. For this effort, they experimented with hip-hop inspired programming and electronics, and even utilized outside songwriters and producers including Pharrell Williams and the Futuristics.
Yeah.
Also employed were more darker lyrical themes and moody instrumentation, a change which was met with positive reception from some.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly fans of Matt Skiba.
Yeah, that's my least favorite album by them, but I still think it's good. Like,
I haven't listened to it.
That was the only one I hadn't listened to before, because like by that point in 2019, like September 20th of 2019, I don't know. I guess I just wasn't in a pop punk mood at that point.
See, 4 years ago, we were in a shitty metal band.
You weren't in 2019.
Was it not?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, not by that point.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
God, I've been for a while.
Yeah, I was, and then yeah, I don't know. I remember when it came out, but I was like, I'll listen to that, and I just never did. Like I wasn't really. I was listening to like, I guess mostly metal at that point.
Yeah.
But I mean, my shit's all over the place. I'll just get in a kick of a certain genre and listen to it for like 3 months, and then come back to it and shit. Like this has got me on a big pop punk binge and emo and shit, and
It did not do that for me.
I haven't listened to a lot of pop punk in a while, so
I did recently re-listen to a bunch of Neck Deep's early stuff.
Mm-hmm. That shit's good.
Mostly because I have somewhere over there.
Oh,
it's an anniversary.
Rain in July.
Rain in July. Yeah. It's so fucking pretty.
Yeah.
In June of 2021, Mark announced he had been diagnosed with a rare form of cancer. Oh, that was a fucking downer all of a sudden. He had been receiving treatment over the past months. He was declared cancer-free later that year, but his diagnosis had brought on serious discussions with Tom and Travis about their old problems. Tom's return to the band was rumored for a while, but became official on October 11th of 22, along with a world tour and new album announcement. This second Tom reunion album, One More Time, was released at the time of recording.
Not anymore, because
okay, so
your computer was fucked up.
At the time of writing the script, it was released last Friday, October 20th. So it was released, what, 2 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, October 20th. One More Time has received mostly positive reviews from critics and fans alike, with many calling it the band's best work since the 2003 self-titled album. I haven't listened to it yet.
It's fucking good. I was like completely fucking floored by how good it is. Like there is only one song on there that I would say I don't like, and there's like fucking 17 or 18 songs. Like there's a lot of songs.
Bands releasing really long albums.
It's to stay in the fucking algorithm now, but I mean it's not even that long of an album. Like it's only like 47 minutes or something like that. Like it's comparable length time wise to all their other.
Yeah, this is fucking California's 16 songs long, and it's 42 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like it's fucking 17, 18 songs in like an hour and 2 minutes.
38.
I'm like, hey, what's up, hello? But yeah, fucking if you haven't listened to it yet and you're a Blink fan, one more time, fucking listen to it. Like More Than You Know and Turpentine are probably my two favorites. They're like no joke among like the best songs the band's ever made, in my opinion.
I listened to the first single they put out.
Edging.
Yeah, because everyone was like, "This song's gonna make you cry," and I had
no. That was One More Time.
Oh, One More Time. Yeah, I listened to that, and I had no emotional reaction to it. It didn't click with me.
It didn't the first time I heard it, but when I heard it in the album, I was like, okay. I mean, that's still like, I would say bottom half of that album for me, but it's still good. But the first one they released was Edging. For it was the first song, but that was released like a fucking year ago. Like it was released in 22.
Oh, okay. Well,
and that one took a while to grow on me too. It's really just simple like fucking pop punk like catchy shit, kind of among the vein of All the Small Things.
Okay.
It's a good song though, but yeah, fucking listen to the album. I think it's really good. I was surprised.
Okay, I'll have to give it a shot.
But yeah, that's it for the script.
Now we get to talk about the album. First thoughts. You had listened to this album before. I had listened to this album before.
You had?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. So for me, this is honestly either this or Fashionably Late are the two albums we've done for this podcast that like I have the most experience with and background with, I guess. This one might be even more so. Like when this came out, it was between my junior and senior year of high school, July 2016. Yeah. So, and this was the first, Dogs Eating Dogs was the first Blink release, or no, maybe Neighborhood. I can't remember when I became like a massive fan of Blink. Like, obviously I knew all their bigger songs when I was a kid.
I want to say it was like 2013, 2014.
No, it was definitely at least before Dogs Eating Dogs, because I remember being hyped for that to come out. It might have been a little bit after Neighborhoods.
I think it had to be, because when Neighborhoods came out, you were.
It was 2011. I was 12.
Yeah, you were 12. I think you had gotten into middle school. Like you were almost in high school. I think it may have been the summer before you started high school.
Maybe, I don't know.
So that would have been like 2012.
Yeah, it had to have been in 2011, because I was obsessed with Green Day and Blink at the same time, and that was when I was in like sixth. Green Day was like 6th grade when I was and then Blink was more like 7th grade when I found them and like started listening. But either way, so this was like the first thing in a while for them, because like I guess I was getting into them around when Neighborhoods was out, and then Dogs Eating Dogs was just an EP, so I was fucking hype, even though Tom left, which I was pretty sad about. But I had also recently, at the time of this album, got into Alkaline Trio, so I was like, okay, fucking Matt Skibidi Boobop from Alkaline Trio, like, this could be good. And I don't know, it just kind of all was like a perfect storm for me for this album. Like, I was really into the band, it being in that time period of like the last summer of like true adolescent innocence, like not having to have responsibilities and everything. And this is a very summer album, I would say, like just good, like fun pop punk, like just sing along type songs for the summer. My high school girlfriend at the time, like I got her into Blink, so we were, listening to that with her. So there's like, good memories of like being a fucking innocent kid with this album, I guess, for me. And I saw them on the tour for this album in Nashville, later on in that year.
Was that the show they played with,
It was A Day to Remember and All American Rejects, yeah. But, so yeah, there's just like a lot of, I guess, like sentimental value for this album for me. So I knew going into it that I was going to enjoy listening to this. But it's been a while since I've heard it all the way through. Like, there's definitely some songs that I've, listened to some over the years, but I'd say the last time I listened to this album in full was probably like 2018, maybe. It's like a couple years after it was released, so it's been a while.
Yeah.
But
stained looking at us.
it's been a while. But yeah, so I was fully expecting to enjoy it, and I did. I'll get to it later, but I mean, I really like this album.
Yeah. So I also have like a big thought, like lead up to this album because I was working. I had just got out of college.
Yeah.
I was partying too hard.
Party hardy.
Which fucking don't do that, kids. Stay in college, party later.
Or
it's
just
much easier to party now that like I'm a real adult with a job.
yeah, or just don't go to college and
Yeah,
thousands
like,
of
it
dollars.
really depends on what you want to do with your life.
Yeah.
Like, college isn't for everyone, but like if you are going to college, don't do it to party.
Yeah.
It is a waste of fucking money.
Yeah.
That is just now falling off my credit score.
It'd be like that.
So I was working at Walmart night shift, so I was listening to a new album. I was listening to like new albums all the time, and I was like, okay, well Matt Skiba just joined Blink. I'm gonna listen to. I've never listened to Alkaline Trio before. I'm gonna listen to every Alkaline Trio album. So that year I listened to all the Alkaline Trio albums. This album comes out. I really liked the singles, which were what Bored to Death and She's Out of Her Mind.
No, it was first was Bored to Death, then Rabbit Hole, then No Future.
Oh, then I guess I only had listened to like Bored to Death beforehand because I didn't recognize any of those other songs.
Okay.
So I've been listening to this big Alkaline Trio kick. I like Alkaline Trio. I've seen them live. I didn't like their energy live, but it was a Coheed and Cambria show, so they weren't. I'll give them the benefit of a doubt. That's not like the crowd they're used to playing for.
Yeah, I guess
There's
that's
a bunch of fucking sci-fi metal nerds.
Yeah, and they're just like, fucking sad boy pop punk, whatever the fuck.
Yeah. So I was really excited for this album, and I hated it.
Damn.
I thought it was a huge letdown. It didn't feel enough like Blink-182, but it also didn't feel enough like Alkaline Trio for me to care.
Yeah, it's nothing like Alkaline Trio.
It's nothing like either of the bands, really.
I mean, I think
there's some stuff. Re-listening to it now, I noticed some stuff that but like it's still not enough Blink-182 to feel like Blink-182.
Okay.
A lot of the times.
Yeah, I mean, I think that can really probably be maybe chalked up to the production, John Feldman's production. It is very
production issues.
It's very 5 Seconds of Summer, like.
And I was a big Five Sauce fan.
Yeah, but I mean that's what I'm saying.
It's
just like very. I don't know. It's weird because it's like
emphasizes the pop in pop punk.
Yeah, which I mean, but it's weird because Enema of the State definitely does too. So it's like I don't know, like like I feel like it's just that. Like California is like if you had to compare it to any of their other albums, like it is most like the Enema of the State. In terms of like how accessible it is and like how poppy it is, I guess. But songwriting wise, it's not similar because Blink with Tom is very riff oriented, like really catchy. I mean, usually a lot of the time, I don't want to say intricate, but like pretty unique riffs for pop punk, I would say a lot of the time. And this is more so like, just not that. Like it's just a lot of regular chord. I don't know. It's just kind of just
very straightforward.
It's just straightforward,
simplistic,
dumbed down pop punk, but I like it.
I mean, like, this was the era. Like this was the era where every band was generic pop punk.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it makes sense for this era, but it wasn't what I want out of Blink. That's not what I expect out of Blink. I expect like Blink has always kind of pushed the envelope of pop punk.
I agree,
and they didn't here. And it just felt like a letdown. I will say my feelings on it have softened.
That's good. I was really curious. Like we, like since we haven't recorded in so long, we were supposed to do this 2 weeks ago, and I've been like, I want to fucking know.
You're stewing on what I think.
Yes, I want to know because I'm like, one part of me feels like you will fucking give it like a 1 out of 10, and then the other part of me is like maybe like a 7 out of 10 or something. I don't know. I don't know.
I hated it my first listen. I have softened.
Okay.
I think it's just like getting older and like having a better ear for music now. There's a lot of stuff I noticed that I wouldn't have noticed that I didn't notice years ago when I listened to it.
Like in a bad way?
Both. Really.
Okay.
In a good way and a bad way. It really. I'm not gonna spoil anything fully, but I will say my opinion has changed. It's not a definite. This is the worst album I've ever listened to anymore.
Okay, cool. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, we'll go into Cynical, the album opener, which top tier album opener, I think. I fucking love this song.
Oh my god.
You don't like this song?
The vocals.
This is like every Blink fan that hates California loves is this is the only good song from California.
The vocals are so overproduced. It's really hard to listen to. They sound like Vocaloids, but not like the fun haha I'm Hatsune Miku way. But in the I'm a lifeless AI and I'm here to commodify it.
So it's just auto-tune is what you're saying?
It's not just auto-tune, it's auto-tune, reverb, echo. There's so many effects on the vocals it drowns out. And there's so much compression and auto-tune and it drowns out any form of personality that their voices have. And these are people with very voices that are full of fucking personality.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just it feels formulaic and lifeless.
Alright.
And that's just my opinion, man. But
you can't have an opinion, bro. What the fuck? You have to.
This
you
is
have
an
to
opinion.
think.
Listen, nothing we say on this podcast is fact, except for the fact that Mark Hoppus is a musician.
Too political. I don't agree with that. But I mean, I get what you're saying. I think one thing that I noticed with this album is whenever, which I mean, I don't think it happens that much, but it does happen in the beginning of Cynical, when it's just one voice with only bass as the backing, you can really tell. I get what you mean. The bass is really I guess reverby, I don't know,
it's very wet.
Yeah, so whenever it's the voice matched up with it,
the voice is also very wet.
I get what you mean, yeah. But
this is a sloppy fucking album.
Yeah.
It's so fucking wet everywhere. It's just wet.
It's so wet.
It's fucking wet. It's like a fucking porn star, bro.
Oh no.
It's soaking.
It's soaking.
It's like cold fucking spaghetti.
Oh no. Macaroni in the pot with that wet ass album. Fucking yeah, I kind of get what you mean. I don't know. I think you're more of a person that gets more critical of production choices for albums, I guess. So for me, I'm just haha, song catchy, let's go hard, I don't give a fuck. But
yeah, we approach music differently.
Yeah.
Because I've been a musician for a decade. Mm-hmm. So my ear catches different things.
Yeah.
Which is really cool sometimes because I catch I was fucking listening to Bad Girlfriend by Theory of a Deadman, and did you know that there's a really cool guitar riff in the chorus?
No, I was whatever you were about to tell me, I did not know.
Yeah, the chorus is dun 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 dun. It's a really cool fucking little progression that you would never fucking hear.
Yeah, no, I definitely, yeah, I mean, I noticed some stuff, I've noticed a lot of shit like that, I guess, as I've gotten older and listened to more music, where it's there will be an underlying riff or something, and I'm what the fuck, that goes hard, and but it's not in the forefront.
Yeah.
But I guess more in terms of when stuff is produced badly or over or underproduced.
Yeah.
I'll notice it sometimes, and sometimes I don't. And usually when I do notice it, I tend to be less critical on it than you do. So, but it's you saying that, I definitely do notice it. But I think the song goes fucking hard.
I think it's too wet.
I mean, I think there is a reason that even people that hate this album like it. It's pretty commonly people say I fucking hate California, but Cynical.
I'm fucking surprised because this is one of my least favorite songs
on the
album.
I think it's fucking great. It's just
I can't handle there are a few more songs that have the same Vocaloid effect.
Okay.
I don't like them.
Yeah.
I think without that, the album would be much better.
Okay.
And I think the reason I hated it so much my first listen is this song just put such a bad fucking taste in my mouth.
Okay. Damn, I was expecting you to really like it. I mean, it's just a straight up, fast paced pop punk. Kind of leans more into just straight up punk, I think.
Other than the vocals, I don't know. It's just when I don't like vocals that are that produced. There's some some artists do it really well, like T-Pain.
Yeah.
Imogen Heap.
Kanye when
Kanye.
he sings.
Yeah, Imogen Heap. Like there are some people that do like Imogen Heap does like really cool shit
Mhm.
with layered and wet vocals, but like it's just not done well in the song.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, other than the vocals, I mean, there's a great fucking drum fill type thing right after the wet Mark vocal part
Oh yeah,
to open up.
The drums are great. No,
Yeah.
the vocals are wet the whole fucking.
Yeah,
time.
but it's just, fast paced all throughout. It's a short song, but and I love the ending bridge with Skibo where he's like not sorry, I'm not sorry, or whatever, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, where he's like basically shouting. I don't know, it's just full of energy, really urgent. Like I think it's a great album opener, which that is something that Blink is like great at, is picking album openers. Like
What fucking album openers do they have?
Dumpweed, Anthem Part 2, Pathetic, Ghost on the Dance Floor, Carousel. They don't fucking Feeling This. Like literally all their album openers are fucking bangers.
Yeah, what fucking album did Carousel open?
Cheshire Cat.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
forgot it was that old.
Yeah, they just don't miss with fucking album openers. Like
Oh yeah, the album opener of Buddha. Oh, it's Carousel again.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember the title of the album opener for 9, but that's one of my favorite songs on that album as well. So it's like Anthem Part 3 is the album opener for the new one, fucking banger. Like they knock it out of the park with their album openers, which is
I prefer the Anthem Part 1.5 by Good Charlotte.
Part 1, Lion King 1.5. Fucking fight me, Lion King 1.5 is better than the Lion King.
The Lion King was literally stolen from a Japanese animation company.
Mm.
And Hamlet.
Not surprised. Then we go to Bored to Death, which is the first taste everybody got of the Skiba era.
I like this song.
Yeah.
It feels like an old Blink song. It is like a return to form.
Yeah, it's kind of a maybe take off your pants and jacket vibe, where it's like where they were a little more serious, but not as serious as
Yeah,
self-titled.
It's more like when they were doing like anthems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, it's more an anthemic song. Like early Blink is more like party song.
Yeah.
And then they became more like anthem song. Like this is a song that's going to inspire a generation to be musicians.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting the change of Enema of the Satan, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, because they're very similar but very different at the same time.
They're
It's
incredibly different albums, but like if you're not into them and if you were first time listening to the two of them, you'd be like, oh, that's the same album.
yeah, they'd be interchangeable, but yeah. There's definitely a difference. That's a good way to put it. I never even thought of that. But yeah, I mean, it's another really good song. I like this. I mean,
I really like the song.
Yeah.
The vocals are really well done.
Yeah.
There's no overproduction.
Yeah,
The chorus is super fucking catchy.
Yeah, super catchy. I think it really like encapsulates the tone of like about half of the album, I would say. Because I feel like about half of the album is pretty like fun, goofy type shit, I guess. Like a little bit of fellow kids energy.
Yeah, hey there, folks.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, the fun, goofy songs are usually the better ones.
Yeah, but then this one more represents like the more serious, like anthemic shit, I guess you could say. But yeah, I think it was a good choice for a first single. The only really complaint of it is, especially like when it was first released, I remember people being like, "What the fuck?" Because I guess with the whole album context, it's not as bad, but when it first came out, people were like, wait, I can't tell fucking Matt and Mark's vocals apart. Like, they couldn't tell which one did which verse, which I think it kind of is still a thing with this song. Like, they kind of sound really similar on this song.
I didn't know that they were both singing on this song.
Yeah, it's not a problem with the rest of the album. It's only...
No, it's not. Like, they sound completely different in the other songs.
Yeah, but I don't know if that was if they purposely did that, but that's like the only knock on the song.
I think it would have been really funny if Matt Skiba just did a fake Mark voice.
Or a fake Tom voice.
Fake Tom voice,
yeah. It's like, where are you? And I'm so bored to death.
I'm so bored to death. I cannot sleep. I do not have a car.
But yeah, I mean, this is a really good song. It has like, kind of the moody melodies. This one kind of has a little bit of Alkaline Trio identity with it.
Alkaline Trio, which is what I wanted the rest of the album to be like. That's why I was so disappointed back in 2016 when it was new, because the rest of the album doesn't have as much of a Matt Skiba
Yeah.
twinge to it.
Yeah. But yeah, anthemic chorus. I love the bridge with Mark building into the chorus where it like drops all the instruments going into the chorus. I love that part. Yeah, Billy saw. I think it was the choice for lead single for this album.
Yeah.
I don't think any other one would have been as good.
And then we get to the song that I didn't realize was not a single.
See, I think this one might have been because you know how some bands will do like promotional singles sometimes.
Okay.
Like after the album's already been released.
Okay, yeah.
I think this one might have been a single after the album already came out.
Because like this is the song I know this song more than Bored to Death. I've listened to the song more than I've listened to Bored to Death.
But I know without a doubt that it was Bored to Death, Rabbit Hole, No Future album. And then maybe a few, because I mean obviously like I said I was hyped for this shit. Like I was like, oh fuck, like whenever shit was coming out. So but yeah, I think this might have been like a promotional single, something. I don't know. Maybe it was on a fucking. I don't know. Maybe they made it the theme song for like
Friends,
the NFL or something. Like fucking brands will randomly do. I don't know.
The new Young Sheldon theme song.
Oh god. Oh no. Has that really been going on that long?
I don't think so. No, I think Young Sheldon's a little younger than that.
God damn.
I've never seen an episode of Young Sheldon, but every now and then TikTok tries to make me watch it by
that.
putting fucking like Fall Guys or some fucking game like Subway Surfers in the bottom. I'm like, ooh, Subway Surfers.
Young Shellnut.
Oh fuck, is Young Shellnut?
God damn, I fucking hate the Big Bang Theory.
Swingers.
Bojangles.
But yeah, I fucking love She's Out of Her Mind.
Yeah. It's a really good one.
And you can tell that he knows that she is really out of her mind because she has Bauhaus stuck in her head.
Yeah.
And there is never a good reason to listen to Bauhaus.
He did the ultimate downfall of men. Fell in love with a goth girl.
I've never wanted to listen to Bauhaus.
Yeah, I don't even... Aren't they like post-punk?
I don't fucking know, but it's fucking...
I know Mark's probably a big, because him and Tom are really big post-punk fans.
I don't think most people are.
Yeah, but, yeah, I mean, this song is essentially just a pop-punk way of saying bitches be tripping. Essentially, like, that's just the lyrical matter for the song. But yeah, I mean, another really good, catchy chorus. Matt and Mark both have their moments on the verses and the chorus, you know, kind of interchanging vocal shit that Blink's known for. So, it's a good one. Good.
It's one of the best songs on the album. It's the catchiest song on the album, I think.
Yeah, I would say it's probably like top 3 catchiest.
And it feels more like the party song era of Blink, which is really fun. Like see those two like right next to each other.
Yeah.
And then we get to Los Angeles,
which is a pretty experimental track.
Yeah, I fuck with the instrumental heavy.
Yeah,
I think it is.
I think it's really cool.
I wasn't expecting an instrumental like that from them.
It's just really percussion based and like kind of almost, I don't want to say trap, but kind of like...
Yeah, this is the one that has trap snares in it, is it?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I don't know how the fuck to convey it, of how it sounds to you, but it's like day in, day out, it's just like really punchy snare. Like it sounds.
No, there's one song that has like the actual like trap rolling snare.
Like
Uzi and them use.
Uzi and them. I have no idea. It might be this one.
I don't know.
No, this one it has like no guitar at first. Like there's not a lot of guitar on this song. But it has like kind of some sirens in the background. It's just like a really like I think it's like programmed drums. It's like a really punchy snare sound.
Yeah.
A lot of clicky cymbal sounds. Just a bunch of really cool shit.
Yeah, it's an incredible instrumental. I don't like the vocals.
Oh, it has the wet problem again?
I don't think they're wet. I think the vocals are just really boring.
Okay.
Los Angeles.
That was just the way you did that.
Like, just fucking join Red Hot Chili Peppers. Shut the fuck up.
Pretty much. Like, we were just gonna fucking write 3 different songs about California on this album. But yeah, I really like the song. It's, like I said, it's just more percussion based. Like, really only the bridge follows, like, the standard Blink formula.
Yeah.
Like, there's just really sparse guitars throughout. Like, which is not the norm for Blink. Has like a, I guess like kind of a hip hop vibe, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it is kind of hip hoppy.
Yeah, I don't really know how to describe it. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna say that this is like fucking like a mind blowing song, but I really can't think of anything else I've heard that can compare to what the song sounds like.
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
It's not mind blowing.
Yeah,
It's realistically nothing special.
it's just really interesting. Like,
But yeah, especially coming from Blink, I think that's what makes it. If it was coming from like any other artist, like any other like if it was coming from any emo artist, I'd be like, yeah, okay, whatever.
yeah, I guess
This fucking sucks.
it just fucking sucks.
But because it's coming from Blink, like it made me like stop and re-listen to. Like if it was coming from like Silverstein, I'd be like, okay, what the fuck ever. I've heard stuff like this from you before.
Yeah, I guess I
wouldn't have given it the time of day because it would be so boring in their discography. But coming from Blink, it made me like really hone in and be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I just think it's really interesting. It has another. I mean, I won't say it's a great chorus because it's just them saying Los Angeles. But I mean, it's catchy enough. It has the energy, and then like I said, I really love the bridge. Has another Mark isolated bass part, and then it has like a build up with a drum roll. It goes hard. I really like this one.
Yeah. Then we get to Sober, which feels like it feels like they were really trying to do the anthemic thing. It feels like this was gonna be their new Adam song. Like, this is going to be the song that changes people's lives.
With this one, you think?
I think that's what they were trying to do.
I mean, because it's not really emotional.
No, but it has the same building blocks of those songs.
This is the one that has the hi-hat thing on the chorus.
No, I have noticed some of this is the trap snare. Not the hi-hats, the trap snare.
Oh, this one has like trap hi-hats on it.
It does.
It's like the snappy yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it feels like it has like the building blocks, like the ideas of like we're trying to make a song that transpires over generations.
Okay.
And change it like they did with some of their earlier stuff. Like First Date is fucking it. Like they didn't mean to with First Date. It has like the same building blocks. We're trying to make a new First Date. We're trying to make a new Carousel.
Okay, I see what you mean.
And it just falls short.
Okay, when you said Adam's song, I was like, I was immediately thinking like. And I was like,
no,
I would
Adam's
say,
song is their most like anthemic song.
Yeah,
that is a song that like it didn't inspire generation, but really molded a whole like 2 generations.
Yeah,
of kids.
Yeah, or even like Stay Together for the Kids, like off a Toy Podge for the acronym. Yeah, I mean, I like this one enough. I really like the drumming in the intro. That it starts out with the chorus, and it's like a really compressed drumming. Compressed vocal, like they sound far away in the mix. Has a good sound to it. Sort of reminiscent of like the beginning of Feeling This, with how the drums and that are like really compressed to begin with. Kind of a similar vibe to that. So overall, I mean, a fun, catchy song. Not one of the best on the album, but I mean, it's good. I think it does have, which another downfall for this album for a lot of people was the overuse of woes and na-na-nas.
There is a lot.
Yeah, this one is literally the chorus is like na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na when I'm sober, na-na-na-na. So this one probably is the biggest offender of that, but decent enough song. I like it.
Yeah, like it's not terrible. It feels like they were trying to do so much more with it, and it falls short of what they wanted it to be.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
If it felt like they put less effort into it, I'd enjoy it more. I think.
Okay.
But just like Blink is a band that's been around for so long, you can like look at a song and be like, this is what they were trying to do when they wrote this.
Yeah, exactly. You can go back to their other shit.
They were trying to do something like big, and it just isn't big.
Okay, I get what you mean. Then we go to Build This Pool, which is a fucking patented Blink joke track.
It's not a good one.
I mean, I think it's fun. It's not great. It's not as good as like Happy Holidays, You Bastard.
It's funny. I don't think it's long enough. I feel like Happy Holiday, You Bastard is long. It's like what, a minute, like 30 seconds to a minute long.
Something like that. I think it might be
song is like
right around
seconds.
a minute.
The song's 12 seconds. Mm-hmm. You don't get to build up the joke.
Yeah.
And like that's why the other ones have succeeded and been really good, is because they have time to build the joke up. That's why All by Myself by Green Day is really good.
Yeah.
There's time to build the joke up.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, the joke is just, I built this pool because I want to see naked men.
Yep.
That's
it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I really do like the riff for it. It's really catchy. It's like yeah. I mean it's a catchy little 12, 15 second song.
I just feel like I wish it would have been at least 30 seconds so they could have had more time to build up the joke.
Mm-hmm.
And like what they could have done is have like the other two members being like, "Oh, did you build a pool for this?" No.
Yeah.
Like a fucking happy joy.
Okay. Yeah, that would have been a good template. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I mean it could have been more fleshed out because. Yeah, even on their new album, they have 2 joke songs on there, and they're
longer and they build up the joke.
Yeah, I think
I haven't listened to it.
Yeah, I think both of them are like about a minute or so.
I think a minute is the perfect length for a Blink-182 joke song.
Mm-hmm. Controversial opinion. And then we go to No Future, which is my least favorite of the 3 singles that I mentioned.
It's super straightforward.
Yeah, it also is just really like. I don't know what the fuck this song is trying to say lyrically.
Oh, I have no idea.
Like, it doesn't... Like, I feel like they're just saying a bunch of different phrases in it, and it really doesn't tie together at all, and it's just kind of confusing.
It makes sense as a single, though. It's pretty catchy.
Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, the chorus is good, and I guess the chorus itself has a theme to it, but the verses, I feel like, are just random shit. Like, I don't know. They just... Yeah. It doesn't correlate to the chorus or anything, and it just feels a little weird. But it's decent enough. Yeah, it's also another big offender of the na-na-nas for this one. But yeah, I mean, it's decent enough, but it's just kind of weird. Like I just feel like it doesn't really say anything.
It doesn't say anything, but it's like straightforward, catchy pop.
Yeah, it's catchy.
The bridge is really interesting instrumentally.
Mm-hmm. Is that like the "Where did she go to find it" or whatever?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not. It's just not. It's a song.
Mm-hmm. It's
got some good parts. It's got some bad parts.
That's not debatable. It's a song.
It's middle of the road.
It is indeed a song.
Then we get to "Home is Such a Lonely Place," which feels like their attempt to do an American football song.
I can see that.
It almost sounds like "Home is Where the Haunt Is" from LP2.
I've never heard it.
No, LP2 is better than LP1, and
I've heard you say
that is a fact. That is not an opinion. That is a fact.
That's a fact. I don't know.
That's the official opinion of the podcast. One last breath.
I'm not the biggest American football fan. I've tried to listen to LP1 probably like 10 different times, and it's like I like it, but I don't really. It's not like, oh my god, like
I think
it just doesn't hit right for me. Like it's good, but it's not like one of those. I feel like so many people. I mean, that's like the biggest joke of like emo. It's like, have you ever heard Nevermint? Have you ever heard Nevermint? The riff from Nevermint.
But yeah, like LP2 is just better.
Okay.
In every way. LP3 is really good too. It has a song with Hayley Williams on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is pretty cool.
Okay.
LP3 is really good. But like, American football is not the end-all be-all of emo. Mm-hmm. And I think more people should instead get into The World is a Beautiful Place and I'm No Longer Afraid to Die.
I mean, for like or like original Midwest, like is that second wave emo? I like Sunny Day Real Estate the most out of any of those bands. Like they're my favorite OG emo band.
My favorite OG emo band is Canadian Softball.
Yeah. Jonas Brothers. Yeah, they hit different. No, Weezer, oh god.
Technically an emo band.
Yeah, kinda.
I only like the Blue Album.
But yeah, Home is Such a Lonely Place it's probably, I guess, the poppiest song on the album. I mean, it's just an acoustic song, some strings underneath. So it's a good pace breaker for the album.
Yeah, I like the vibe they tried to build with it. Mm-hmm. I think the vocals are once again overproduced and kind of ruin the vibe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are pretty produced on this one. But yeah, it's good, but it's not any one that I would go out of my way to listen to. Like it's good in the context of that.
Change your life.
Yeah, it's good in the context of the album, but it's not like, oh, I'm really clicking with that one. It's just decent. Then we go to Kings of the Weekend, which is a song I really like.
This has the best riff on the album.
Yeah, it's
the riff at the very end of the chorus. I don't remember how it goes now, but it's
wait. It's like yeah.
It's the best riff on the fucking album.
It's like
one of the best riffs Blink has come out with.
Yeah, it's like we are the kings of the weekend. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, this song's really good.
God, yeah.
This one also has a really cool hi-hat roll, beginning drumming from
It's
from
the
Travis.
most energy on the album too.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the best song on the album.
Yeah,
this is my favorite song.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I really like this one. For some reason, I was expecting you to, because the lyrics are a little fellow kids
I don't
saying
fucking listen to the lyrics
a little
of
bit.
182 songs anymore.
Yeah, so I was expecting you to say it was cringe, but no, I really like this one too.
I don't know that I remember a single lyric from this album.
It's like, thank God for punk rock band.
Yeah,
it's one of the lyrics.
Oh, this song's so good.
No, it's really good. It's also like the verses have a really like dance type feel to them. Like it's really bouncy and groovy.
Wait, is this the one where he's like sleeping next to a dumpster to keep my head dry?
No, that's sober.
Oh, that's sober.
That's
okay.
sober. Yeah.
That line was cringe.
Yeah.
You never slept next to a dumpster. You've been rich since you were like 20.
He grew up on the streets of Chicago.
Chicago's not a real place.
It's fake.
It's made up to scare people that don't like glizzies.
But yeah, and also right before that riff that you're saying you really like, there's a really cool bass line that leads into it. But yeah, this overall is a fucking banger. It's always been one of my favorites from this album.
I don't know how I don't remember it because it's a really fucking good.
Yeah, it's just good.
I think I would have liked it more. A fucking 7 years ago when the album came out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just good vibes all around. We go to Teenage Satellites, which is it's alright. It's probably the most forgettable song on the album, I would say.
I don't like the verses.
Yeah, this one definitely is like they're literally like referring to themselves as teenagers, and it's like it's pretty cringe.
I like the chorus. I think the chorus is catchy, but also they're Blink 182. They've been writing catchy choruses longer than we've been alive.
They know how to write a fucking chorus, if anything. But yeah, it's
like Green Day writing an earworm for that fucking shitty album we listened to.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course they could fucking do that. They've been making music since '89.
Yeah, exactly. It's like even at their shittiest, their choruses are catchy as fuck. Same with Blink. I mean, same with most pop punk bands. But yeah, it's just not really anything memorable at all.
The bridge is pretty good, but not remarkable.
I don't even remember the bridge, if we're being honest.
It's good, not remarkable.
Good, not remarkable. Sounds like my life.
Sounds my autobiography.
And then we go to Left Alone, which I think the chorus really makes this one. The verses on this one are pretty meh.
I think it has one of the most interesting instrumentals.
Like for the riff or anything?
The whole song.
The whole song?
Like, it's just a really like... There's like almost some like metalcore inspired like... The way they're putting together, they're still using octaves a lot, but the way they're putting together the octaves, like, almost feels like, early Avenged Sevenfold, the way Sin puts together like really weird octaves. And
I did not.
in Second Heartbeat, he does like really weird octave things.
Yeah,
it's like the same kind of feel in this song. This is the song I'm thinking of.
I mean, I don't know.
I just remember I think it was this song. Just had a really cool octave bits that just made the entire thing really interesting. It's not something I would have expected from any of these musicians, no matter how talented they are. It just doesn't seem like something they'd think of.
Okay, I'll need to go back and listen. I didn't catch that. I can't even think of what the verse sounds like in my head. I just know what the chorus sounds like.
I remember now.
Yeah, but the chorus is really good. It's really full of energy. It's really anthemic. It's a Skiba chorus. He brings a lot of energy to it. Yeah, decent enough song again. Then we go to a Rabbit Hole, which is kind of in the same vein as Cynical, like just really fast-paced, straight-up pop punk. I think it's a banger. It's a really good one.
It's also the only explicit song on the album. I'm gonna about that. That's really weird for Blink 182.
It is really weird. Yeah, they love saying fuck and piss and shit and damn and hell and balls and pussy lips and
Dingerlinger.
frick. And skibbity bebop. But yeah, it is the only song that says any cuss words, which is weird.
But yeah, I think it's another solid song.
Mm-hmm. I like it a lot.
I don't think the chorus is catchy enough.
Really? I think it's really catchy.
It's not catchy enough.
Not catchy enough. Okay.
Unfortunately, by this point in the album, the second half of the album, I was referring to everything in regards to how it compares to Kings of the Weekend.
Oh Lord.
And not nearly as catchy.
Okay. Verdict is out. And then we go to San Diego, which has a very, very similar opening riff and structure to Bored to Death.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like my first note is the instrumental in this. The instrumental sounds like another song in this album, which is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, it's especially like the opening riff is like almost the same thing.
The bass is like exactly copy pasted.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. I never noticed that until recently re-listening like this, which I still like this song. This used to be one of my favorites on the album. It's still good. Like I still like it, but noticing that I was like, that's kind of questionable there.
I don't really like the chorus either. I just think this song isn't catchy or interesting.
I like the chorus. I think the chorus is catchy.
I feel like a lot of the songs in this album would be much better if they had been written and released by anybody else.
Well, you just like hold Blink to a higher standard.
Yeah, I think the issue is like I know what Blink is capable of, and it's much better than San Diego.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I like this one. It kind of brings some nostalgia vibes, I guess, because it's like, I mean, it kind of seems like to me.
Nostalgia to Bored to Death.
yeah, nostalgia of 8 tracks ago or however long. But like the lyrical content kind of seems to be Mark talking about him and Tom, because it's like, go back to San Diego, get a one-way ticket so we could go see The Cure. It's like they both fucking love The Cure, so it kind of seems like a fucking like breakup letter to Tom essentially. So I mean, it has some like kind of sweet vibes to it, I guess.
I think the chorus is a twee bit cringe.
Twee bit cringe.
Twee bit cringe.
You don't want to listen to your favorite songs in the parking lot and think of every person you ever lost in San Diego, bro.
Let me make a real quick list of people I've lost in San Diego. Method Man still alive?
Yeah. Why was that the first person to come to your mind?
I don't know.
What was that?
Even from San Diego?
No, they're from fucking Brook or somewhere in New York. Yeah, I don't know who the fuck's from San Diego.
These guys?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Blink is. Then we go to The Only Thing That Matters, which is another cynical rabbit hole vibe song.
I didn't mean the pun here, but I don't think this song hits the mark.
You don't think it hits the mark? Does it hit the mat?
It might hit the Scott.
Does it hit the Whip and Nene?
It hits the Quan.
It hits the Scott. It hits the best drummer of all time.
But like, it's just not interesting or very catchy.
Really? I think it's one of the catchier songs.
I don't think it's bad.
I think it's kind of similar to. I mean, not like in the way it's structured or anything. Like it doesn't sound similar to She's Out of Her Mind, but it gives me kind of similar vibes to that song. Like
it just didn't stand out to me, which it might be because my brain is just like, hey,
Kings of the Weekend.
Kings of the Weekend.
Yeah, but I also think it has some really good interplay with Mark and Matt's vocals. Like they switch off pretty rapidly between each other and stuff,
nice.
which is cool.
It's something that like obviously they're very good at.
Yeah,
they kind of invented the dual vocals in pop punk.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, they're really one of the few bands that really does that. I can't think of many other.
Steam Powered Giraffe.
Never heard of that. I mean, I guess I mean out of like the bigger and like especially the classic pop punk bands.
The only thing I can think of is like people that came slightly after them, like Fall Out Boy does it a little bit on their early albums.
Yeah, a little bit.
Take Back Sunday is fucking.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's true, but
Brand New did a little bit of it.
Yeah,
it was mostly just him with himself.
Okay, yeah.
But like the same vibe of like call response type shit.
Yeah, Taking Back Sunday is really, which I mean I guess they're more like emo, but they have pop punk vibes, but
they're Americana. Grow up.
But yeah, they are probably the only other bigger pop punk adjacent band that really does the dual vocals. But yeah,
it's really cool. More pop punk bands should do it.
Yeah, I agree. And then we go to the title track, California.
It's weird to bury the title track this far down in the album. Realistically, this is the final track. This
essentially.
is the real closer. The next one's a joke song. Sorry for the spoilers for 30 seconds from now.
Yeah.
The vocals are fucking overproduced. This is the biggest offender of sounding like a Vocaloid.
Yeah, this is my least favorite song on the album. I don't hate it, but it definitely like I never need to hear it again. Like I mean, it's
I think instrumentally it is fucking rad.
I mean,
it's one of the most interesting songs coming to Blink. It's got trap snares. It's got fucking synths and shit.
I mean, it is another. It's kind of along the similar vein as Los Angeles, but not really. Like it doesn't sound like that, but it also is kind of doing what that one did with like very limited guitars, a lot of different,
more hip hop inspired.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I will give it that. It is different. Like, it's not just a generic song, but I don't know. It just doesn't really. I feel like
I think the vocals ruin it.
Mm-hmm. I like the chorus enough. I just feel like a lot of it's just trying to be really like a dramatic closing to the album, and I just think it kind of falls a little flat in that regard. It just kind of meanders and goes, doesn't go anywhere. I don't know.
But then we get to the legal closer of the album.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
See, it would have been really funny if it was just like a straightforward note-for-note cover of Bohemian Rhapsody.
That would be fucking weird. Could you imagine Blink doing that?
Fucking Famous Last Words cover Bohemian
You just
Rhapsody.
fucking, like Travis does the high-pitched Galileo part. That would be fucking hilarious.
But have you heard the Famous Last Words version of...
I did not know that was a thing.
It's really good.
Did they do it for a Pop Goes Punk?
No.
Or Punk Goes Pop?
No.
Huh, okay.
It's incredible. It's like pretty... I think it's from like a year or two ago. I think it might have been over the pandemic.
Huh. I'll have to listen to it.
Fucking incredible.
I mean, I can see that because they're a really like theatrical inspired band.
If you haven't listened to... I think we need a new segment on the podcast called If You Haven't Listened To, Go Ahead. Or something.
Okay.
Fucking better.
Something better.
Because like there's a lot of like really small bands that like we just listen to because we're really into music.
Or just good albums and shit in general that we
but,
can't talk about because they don't suck.
Yeah, listen to... I know a lot of you have not, but listen to... the fuck is the name of that album? But it's by... The band is called Famous Last Words. And let me fucking find it. The Two-Face Charade by Famous Last Words. It's a concept album about a mentally ill man kidnapping a woman.
Interesting. I've never listened to a full album by them. I only know songs.
Charade.
Okay.
It's the one that has the fucking song that we found when we originally got into them. Fucking...
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about. But yeah, this one, that would be hilarious if it was a note-for-note cover. But no, it's just another really short joke track that just is one punchline is the entire thing. But I will say this one has a really cool, like almost shreddy guitar part.
Yeah, that's the big thing about it is the killer riff.
Yeah, and it's really similar to, I don't know if you've heard Eminem's from Cheshire Cat.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's like, that's another shreddy song. It's like, it's just like really fucking...
song, First Date.
But it kind of gave me vibes of the Eminem's riff, which I really liked. But yeah, what does he say in this song? It's like there's something about you that I can't quite put my finger in, or something like that.
Yeah, there's something about you that I can't quite put my finger in.
Oh,
gay.
Got him. I like Built This Pool better, I guess, but the little shreddy part in this.
Yeah, I think this one's the better song. I don't think either of them are good jokes.
Yeah. Seeing some naked dudes is kind of funny, I guess.
It would have literally been funnier if they had just like taken the Vine clip of Anthony Padilla saying two girls chilled in a hot tub 5 feet apart because they're not.
Yeah.
Actually, if they had done that for Bohemian Rhapsody but kept everything else, it would have been really good. Because I built this pool to see naked dudes, then 2 bros chilled in a hot tub 5 feet apart because they're not.
Yeah.
That'd be really funny.
Yeah, that would have been pretty funny.
I should be the joke writer for Blink-182.
Yeah, they need to hire just a joke writer.
Just me. I work one day every 4 years and make a cool mill.
Yeah, make 1 or at the most 2 joke tracks per album.
Favorite songs? Or do you want to start with least favorite?
We can start with favorite. Say Cynical. Are we just going 3?
I think it'd be 3 is the normal amount for us, so I think. It's been a while.
Yeah, this one's... Because I really like this album, this one's hard for me to come up with just 3. Cynical, Kings of the Weekend, and Los Angeles. But She's Out of Her Mind and Bored to Death are like right there for me.
It's Kings of the Weekend, She's Out of Her Mind.
Rabbit Hole's also right there for me.
and I think just Bored to Death, She's Out of Her Mind, and Kings of the Weekend.
Okay. That's a solid top
I
three.
think those are the only 3 songs I liked enough to want to listen to outside of the album.
Okay. Least favorites for me is California is definitely my least favorite, and then Teenage Satellites and Home is Such a Lonely Place. Like, all 3 of them, I don't hate any of them, but they are like every other song on the album. But I mean, not counting the joke tracks, but everything else besides those 3, like I would go out of my way to listen to if I was in the mood.
Unpopular opinion. My least favorite ones are Home is Such a Lonely Place, California, and Cynical.
Damn. I still think that's crazy. Like I said, when I was expecting you to give it a 1 out of 10, like I was thinking like, oh yeah, Austin will probably give it a 1 out of 10, but say, oh, Cynical fucking is a banger though. But I guess you're just...
I'm just built different.
Just built different.
Keep them guessing. See, that's why you guys listen to this podcast. Because no matter how much you fucking know me, you will never know what
you
I'm
will never know me. Then Fuck, Marry, Kill. We're going Tom, Mark, and Travis. What else?
Not Tom, Scott, and Skiba.
Nah, Tom, Mark, and Travis.
Okay, because it was Tom, Scott, and Skiba. I'm marrying and fucking Scott and killing Travis.
You know,
because he's the worst drummer.
It would make it convenient if they had another member that wasn't in the band anymore, so it could be Scott, Matt, and then some other person.
So did they really not have anyone else?
No.
They've never had like a 4th guy that played with them on an album or 2?
No.
Green Day does. Green Day has like a permanent 4th member now.
Wait, no, I got you. Scott, Matt, and John Feldman.
Okay,
there we go. That's a good one.
I am going to fuck Scott.
Okay.
He's the better drummer.
Okay.
And I might get some of his drumming abilities.
Some of his ability.
And
and you'll have to jump off a balcony.
Yeah, I might get to break his feet for him. He might be into that.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
Become a king.
Yeah, the foot breaking
so I'm
fetish.
gonna fuck Scott.
Okay.
I'm gonna marry Feldman. Because
Goldfinger's pretty sick.
Everything he can, pretending he's a Superman.
Yeah, he's also
cool.
He's also a spokesman. And he's here in your bedroom.
That he is. And I'm also gonna marry Matt Skiba because I have moved to Utah.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
And then I'm gonna kill Scott.
Because I was like, damn, you're gonna kill Skiba? What the fuck does
I'm gonna fucking kill Scott and then marry Matt and Feldman.
The fuck does skibbity boobop toilet do to you? Yeah, I would marry Matt. I would fuck Feldman. I would kill Scott.
Okay, now for the actual fuck, marry, kill of the main trio.
Tom, Mark, and Travis.
Tom, Mark, and Travis. Tom has the funny voice.
Mm-hmm. Where are you?
Yeah, he's dead.
This man single-handedly inspired like the next generation of pop punk vocals, though.
Mayday Parade could have been better.
Fucking yeah. I don't know.
So I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill Tom.
Okay.
I'm going to fuck Travis.
Okay.
And I'm gonna marry Mark.
Okay.
Because I feel like Mark is the least dramatic.
Tom is definitely the most dramatic.
Yeah, and I think
Travis
is kind of there.
He's a very...
But he's also in bed with the Kardashians now.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing as not being dramatic in his life.
Travis is fucking weird because he's literally like the most, like he's so quiet. Like he, in interviews and shit, like he's so quiet and he's so like soft spoken and he seems like such a chill, just like fucking laid back dude.
And he's like the most famous.
Yeah, but then he has like all the fucking face tattoos and all that shit. And yeah, he's like married to the Kardashians and fucking had his own reality show and shit. Like, I don't know, but then like when you see him, he just seems like a normal ass fucking just chill dude.
He's just a guy who's good at drums.
Yeah. But I guess I'm gonna go more personality / music preference based for my choice. I'm going to marry Mark because he seems like
he's the most down to earth.
He's been married to his wife since like fucking 97 or something.
He treated me really well.
Yeah, he's like been with his wife for forever. Like he seems like just a really nice fucking chill great dude. I mean, all of them seem like cool dudes. Even though Tom's dramatic, I mean, he still seems like a chill dude.
Sorry, I just gotta bring it up because we didn't mention it once. First
well,
time.
aliens, what?
No,
with aliens?
But also, The time when Blink-182 was playing a show, and I think like San Diego or something with the Skiba lineup.
Okay.
And Tom hung out in the parking garage and played a free show during their set.
What the fuck? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really fucking funny.
That's weird. That's fun. That seems like something he would do.
I can't believe you hadn't fucking heard of that. It's
No.
so fucking funny.
That's funny. But yeah, I would marry Mark for sure, for sure. I would... I guess I would... I don't know. I guess I would fuck... I would fuck Tom, I guess. I don't know.
You gonna murder my man Scott?
You mean Travis?
No, I mean worse Scott.
I don't know. I guess I'm gonna kill Travis.
Damn, you're killing worse Scott.
I mean, I like the dude, but I don't know. I guess I can't trust a man that's married to a Kardashian.
Yeah, like that's the only reason like it wasn't Mary Travis.
Yeah. But I don't know. All three of them are pretty sick dudes. I would marry all of them if I could.
They're a quick fuck. They like a sick fuck.
And then also for this episode, you don't have to do this because I don't think you have the fucking background with Blink that I do. But I'm going to give you an unsolicited album ranking from Blink real quick, just because there's no. I can
fucking figure one out.
I don't think there's enough cringe lyrics to.
Oh, there's not.
There's not enough to merit that, so we're not going to do that. But okay, so here we go. My album ranking from bottom to top is coming in at number 9 is aptly 9. Like I said, still like 5.5.
Sure, I'll give it that one. I've never listened to it.
Yeah.
I'll agree on that one.
But it's so weird because whenever it came out, like I remember people being like, "This fucking is like awful. Like we want Tom back." But now, like retrospectively, like a lot of people say they like it more than California, which is very weird. Like some people are like, "It's so underrated." I think it's decent. Like I said, I'd give it like a 5, but least favorite from them.
Yeah, I see what Skiba did to ruin the band.
What?
9 also only has one explicit track.
He's a Christian. Yeah, I don't know, because Alkaline Trio cusses, don't they?
Yeah, I know. It's
I don't know.
I don't get it.
Maybe it was Feldman.
Goldfinger.
Because Goldfinger doesn't really cuss.
Is that Goldfinger a Christian band?
No, they're not. They're definitely not a Christian band, but I feel like they don't.
Who's that Christian ska band?
Who fucking knows?
You heard the Gimme Gimmes?
No.
Big D and the Kids Table?
I don't know.
Mighty Mighty Boss Tones?
No.
Madness.
Sublime. They're definitely Christian. But yeah, so 9 is at number 9 for me. The number 8, I'm going Cheshire Cat. That's probably an unpopular opinion. Still really good. I mean, literally 9 is like a 5 out of 10, and then Cheshire Cat and On everything is like 7.5 out of 10 at the lowest. Then number 7, California. I'm going with that. Right above that is Neighborhoods. Then right above that is their newest album, One More Time. It took me a long while to decide what I like better between Neighborhoods and One More Time. It was very hard because I love both of them. But yeah, like starting with Neighborhoods, like my rating for all these albums goes to like a 9 out of 10 because like I fucking love everything after that.
I know.
But yeah, I think I like One More Time a little bit more than Neighborhoods. Then we got to Enema of the State is actually my number 4. Then Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. Then Dude Ranch. Then Self-Titled. That's my ranking.
I'm gonna go off the top of my dome, ranking only the. We're gonna start by ranking the ones I haven't listened to yet.
Okay, that's a good way to start.
9 Neighborhoods, One More Time in that order.
Okay.
Because I'm agreeing with you now. Then we go to. So then my ranking is California, Cheshire Cat, Enema, Dude Ranch, Self-Titled, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, dude, literally all their albums from Dude Ranch to Self-Titled, like that, those 4 albums have all been my favorite at one point for them. Like, it really could change. Like, I think Self-Titled has been my favorite from them for a while. Like, once that became my favorite, that stayed my favorite.
Yeah.
But, like, the next 3 spots are pretty interchangeable. Like, at one point I would have said Take Off Your Pants and Jacket was easily my second favorite. But I don't know. Dude Ranch just has, like, has that really good punk skate punk feel of Cheshire Cat, while being more so, kind of being more pop punk. I don't know, but I mean, like I said, literally, I don't hate any album by them. Even Nine, like I just listened to it for the first time, like right after I listened to California for this, so like 2 weeks ago, and I mean, it's decent. Like I don't think
I haven't listened. I need to listen to Nine, and I guess one more time.
Well, definitely listen to one more time. Listen to Neighborhoods.
Oh, I need to listen to Neighborhoods.
You definitely need to listen to...
I know I listened to Neighborhoods, but I think it was just the one time.
You definitely need to listen to Neighborhoods, Dog Eating Dogs, and One More Time. Like, listen to 9 if you want to, but I would say, like, you can skip it. Like, it's decent.
What the fuck is this? My age again, a millie.
Yeah, it's cringe. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's just hard, though, because it's like Neighborhoods has some of my favorite... Like, Neighborhoods is probably the most, like, grown up and well, other than self-titled, like, it's just emotional album, and like it has, I don't know, all their shit's amazing, but it's just hard because it's like Neighborhoods has some of my favorite Blink songs, but I don't know, they're just such a good band. I fucking love them. Like,
yeah, they're a really good band.
Yeah, like, I mean, like you were saying, what were you saying earlier about Green Day and Blink, where you asking me which one I would say is which I like better? Like, I think overall discography, Blink is a better band, more consistent. But if you take from Green Day's first album, like, I love Green Day's first 2 albums more than, if you want to count Buddha and Cheshire Cat as Blink's first 2 albums. I think 1039, Smooth Out Slappy Hours, whatever the fuck it's called, and Kerplunk from Green Day, like, knock those out of the park. Like, I fucking love those. Classic era, like Dookie to Warning for or Dookie to American Idiot for Green Day, and then Dude Ranch to Self-Titled for Blink are pretty comparable for me. Like, I would say those are about equal for me. But then post American Idiot for Green Day and post Self-Titled for Blink, like, I think Blink's newer shit is like 20 times better than Green Day's newer shit.
I think Blink overall is better. I think at the height, Green Day is better.
Yeah, I think
it's the same thing. Like, it's the same thing when you ask me if I think the Used or MCR is better. I think the Used overall is a better band. I think at its height, MCR is a better band. Okay,
yeah, I think it is one of those things. But yeah, it's just hard. I love both bands, both very near and dear to my heart. But my art, I almost said that like Tom. My art. My aorta. But yeah, all that being said, I don't know how long this fucking episode is. I feel like we've been going on forever.
Not long.
Really?
Hour 40.
Oh, okay.
Cut down in editing.
Yeah.
Here's a secret, friends. We edit. Well, we don't.
No, we don't.
I pay a guy to edit.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a cool guy. I like him. We play D&D together. Listen to my D&D podcast, Dreadpod.
But what would you rate California?
What are the aggregate scores?
Yeah, oh fuck.
Fucking God. We've not done this in like 3 weeks.
Gosh dang it, y'all! I forgot. I guess go ahead and give your score real quick while I'm looking this up. This might take a second.
Okay. It's hard for me to give a score without the aggregate score, though.
Don't be a bitch.
I need to know what other people think about it so I can tell them how wrong they are.
Oh my god. I'm gonna guess, without looking, I'm guessing 2.32.
Out of 5?
Yeah. Motherfucker, why does California not pop up? It was popping up the subtitled. Oh, I was close. 2.22. I was 10 off.
4.44. That's low.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree.
I think the album gets a 6.182.
Nice.
That's right. It's 6.9 is what I actually wanted to do.
No, bro.
6.982.
I will say 7.75. 7.75.
Yeah, I think this is an album worth listening to.
I think so. Like, I just really, I don't know. And I feel a little validated that you like it as well, because I was like, nostalgia probably plays some part, but I'm like, even putting that aside, like, if I just, like you, like, I mean, I know you listened to it once, but even if I only listened to it once back then or didn't listen to it at all, I feel like if, like, going into this, I feel like I would have still really liked it.
I was really surprised, because like I said, I fucking hated this album when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was one of the worst pop-punk albums I'd ever listened to. But also, you can't trust my opinion on music back then, because I liked Man Overboard. They have one good song. I really like "Love Your Friends Die Laughing."
No, that's a great song. Yeah.
At that same year, I listened to that album and was like, this is perfect pop punk.
No, but I mean, they were the ones that coined that generic pop punk. Yeah, they're pretty mid.
Yeah, they're really bad.
Yeah, they weren't that good at all. Like they were basically Real Friends, but not as good.
I only like one EP from Real Friends.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like they're not the best. Like they're all right too. Neck Deep and The Story So Far and shit like that is definitely way better.
Pucklemuck.
Like the more aggressive pop punk, I guess. But either way, that's besides the point. But yeah, I mean, I would say, like, if you're a Blink fan, you probably already have an opinion on this album. But I would say even if you heard it when it first came out and haven't listened to it since, I'd say give it another try. Give it some fresh ears. Like
if you haven't listened to this album in a few years, or if you've never listened to it and you avoided it because, like, you got into Blink later on than most people in this album had already been out. You already knew about it or whatever.
Yeah.
You just missed it. Just fucking listen to it.
Yeah, and I mean, if you were one of the people that was like, oh, it can't be Blink without Tom. He's back now. Get over yourself. Listen to it.
It can be Blink without Tom.
Yeah, that's
if it could be Avenged Sevenfold without the Rev, or it can be Leonard Skinner without any of those fuckers.
Yeah. Oh, God. Literally, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's like he's back in the band now. They have an album out. The album that is out now is fucking great. So it's like, you know, go back and give it a chance now. Like, I think it's worth listening to. Like,
yeah, listen to this and listen to whatever album title I called that one earlier. Two-Face Charade by Famous Last Words.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to that. And listen to my D&D podcast, Dreadpod. It's fun. It's a horror D&D campaign. You'll like it. We will catch you next week with... We probably should re-record one of these episodes.
I was about to say, probably something that's going to be re-recorded. So.
Hey, that gives us time. We can start making a backlog of notes. I should do this off camera. Bye, guys.
See ya.